It began with a truck blocking a driveway, a small irritation that ignited a clash of wills. The brash new neighbor, Nathan Cole, claimed the street as his personal turf, parking his oversized pickup wherever he pleased, scoffing at complaints, and turning a quiet life into a daily test of patience. When Nathan barricaded James Carter's property, declaring it his domain, he misjudged his adversary. James, a steadfast veteran with a fierce sense of justice, wasn't about to yield. Armed with resolve, a united neighborhood, and a plan to expose the truth, James fought to reclaim his driveway, his dignity, and his community's peace. What followed was a courtroom showdown that shattered Nathan's arrogance. James Carter was a respected figure in Willow Heights, a serene suburb outside Reno, Nevada. A decorated veteran, devoted husband, and father, he'd worked tirelessly to build a life mirrored in his corner lot home, a tidy picket fence, a well-kept lawn, a haven where kids rode bikes and neighbors waved. For years, Willow Heights was a model of harmony. That changed when Nathan Cole arrived. One sunny Saturday, James noticed a massive silver pickup parked across his driveway, blocking his exit. Assuming it belonged to the new neighbor's movers, he crossed the street to introduce himself. "Hi, I'm James from across the way. Welcome to Willow Heights," he said warmly. Nathan, unloading boxes, barely looked up. "Yeah, thanks," he muttered, offering no handshake. James glanced at the truck. "I hate to be that guy, but your truck's blocking my driveway. Could you move it?" Nathan shrugged. "I'll get to it later. Busy now." He turned away, dismissing James like an afterthought. James stood, stunned. Maybe he's just stressed, he thought, giving Nathan the benefit of the doubt. But by evening, the truck hadn't moved, forcing James to miss a church meeting. Annoying, but not catastrophic, or so he told himself. Then it happened again. Every few days, Nathan's truck reappeared, always blocking James's driveway. Polite notes on the windshield were ignored. In-person requests got a dismissive, "Relax, it's no big deal." Nathan's arrogance extended beyond parking. Loud music blared past midnight, and soda cans littered James's lawn. The driveway issue, though, pushed James to his limit. One morning, maneuvering around the truck, James scraped his bumper on a street lamp. Staring at the damage, anger surged. This wasn't just about a truck, it was about respect, boundaries, and Nathan's blatant disregard. Looking at Nathan's house, James vowed to fight back. The next morning, sunlight filtered through Willow Heights trees. James sat at his kitchen table, coffee steaming, staring at the truck, a shiny monument to Nathan's audacity. Determined to stay civil, he wrote a note. "Hi Nathan, your truck is blocking my driveway again. Please park elsewhere." "Thanks, James." He placed it under the windshield wiper, hoping for resolution. By afternoon, the truck hadn't budged, and the note lay crumpled, scrawled with bold letters, "My street." James's fists clenched, frustration boiling. "This can't go on," he muttered. His wife, Ellen, watched from the doorway, concerned. "Maybe call the police," she suggested. James hesitated, preferred resolving disputes without escalation, but this was beyond minor. He called Reno police. Officers arrived, drawing neighbors' eyes. Nathan emerged, arms crossed, smirking. "He's always whining," he told them, jerking a thumb at James. "It's not like I'm breaking laws." The officers found local parking rules vague. "Technically, he's not violating ordinances," one said apologetically, issuing a verbal warning. Nathan's smirk widened as they left. "Nice try, old man," he taunted. "Guess you're not as big as you think." The words stung, fueling James's resolve. That evening, Nathan's music grated through the walls. James felt helpless, a rare sensation for a man who'd faced combat, but surrender wasn't in his nature. At the hardware store, he bought surveillance cameras. With his daughter, Lily, a tech-savvy college student, he installed them around his property. "Now we'll have proof," Lily said, adjusting a lens. James drafted a municipal complaint, navigating bureaucratic delays. As weeks passed, Nathan doubled down. His truck became a fixture, his parties louder. Neighbors whispered frustrations, but avoided confronting Nathan, leaving James to lead. One chilly morning, James stepped outside, coffee in hand, and froze. Nathan's truck was joined by orange traffic cones and a barricade of planks and bricks, fully blocking his driveway. A cone read, "Private property, keep out." His pulse quickened. This wasn't a parking dispute, it was a declaration of war. Marching to Nathan's house, James knocked firmly. Nathan leaned against the frame, smirking. "Morning, James." "Something wrong." "What is this?" James gestured to the barricade. "You've gone too far. You're blocking me completely." Nathan shrugged. "It's my street. I need space for projects. You've got other ways out, don't you?" James's patience snapped. "This isn't your street, it's public. And you're blocking my home. Move it now." Nathan grinned. "Do what you gotta do." He shut the door. James didn't act rashly. Instead, he called a neighborhood meeting, going door to door. To his surprise, many shared grievances. "He blares music all night," one said. "He backed into my mailbox and didn't apologize," another added. "My kids can't play outside without him yelling," a third complained. In James's living room, frustration mingled with hope. "If we work together, we can show Nathan's actions are illegal," James said. Walter, a retired lawyer, offered to draft a complaint. "With enough evidence, we can go to the city council or file a civil suit," he said. Over days, Willow Heights buzzed with quiet resolve. Cameras captured Nathan's truck and barricades. Neighbors recorded his parties, noting decibels and times. Lily mapped Nathan's encroachments. James compiled a damning dossier. Nathan seemed oblivious, his arrogance blinding him to the growing storm. The neighborhood's unity turned James's solitary fight into a collective stand. The courthouse day arrived. James, in a press suit, carried weeks of evidence. Nathan strutted in, relaxed, as if untouchable. The courtroom buzzed with neighbors supporting James. Nathan's lawyer dismissed the claims as petty disputes. Walter, James's ally, presented evidence, photos, videos, neighbor testimonies. Nathan's smirk faded as the judge, a no-nonsense woman, reviewed the stack. Nathan claimed, "I wasn't hurting anyone. It's my right to park." The judge silenced him. Blocking driveways, erecting barricades, and creating a hostile environment are not minor issues. After hours, the verdict came. Nathan must remove barricades, stop blocking driveways, pay fines, and compensate James. The room murmured approval. Nathan shouted, "I'll appeal." The judge, unfazed, noted the evidence's weight. "Another court will likely agree," she said. Nathan's bravado crumbled. Outside, neighbors congratulated James. "You did it," one said, clapping his shoulder. James smiled, relieved. Nathan left, deflated, his dominance ended. Weeks later, Nathan removed his barricades, parking in his own driveway. Willow Heights' tension eased, replaced by renewal. Inspired, neighbors formed a committee to mediate disputes, ensuring fairness. Nathan kept a low profile, his appeal threats empty. One afternoon, Ellen handed James an envelope-framed letter from the committee, signed by neighbors. "To James Carter, whose courage united us. Thank you for restoring our community." James, moved, hung it beside his medals. That evening, on his porch, he watched the sunset, hearing kids' laughter and neighbors' chatter. Willow Heights was alive again, its spirit restored. James's fight wasn't just for a driveway, it was for justice, unity, and a neighborhood reborn. Nathan's arrogance had sparked a battle, but James's resolve ensured peace prevailed.